Good morning, guys and girls. On a pretty doggone chilly Sunday afternoon, Chris and I just got home from church. We stopped at Brahms, got us a burger and a cherry limeade. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned it to y'all before. I mentioned it to Pat this week that I wonder if they allow comments at Brahms, because our Brahms here locally, their cherry limeades don't have any cherries in them. And I just wanted to comment and let them know that it's not a cherry limeade unless it's got cherries in it. This is 2 Sundays in a row that I've got a cherry limeade they don't put cherries in. So I'm just saying it's not a cherry limeade. And we had burgers today and they were great. Also, I wanted to comment to them that chicken tenders or chicken strips, like on their chicken strip tender, are about yay long. They're strips of chicken, or chicken tenders is what they are. They're not nuggets. And what I've been getting lately for my chicken strips or tenders at Brahms has been nuggets. Nuggets are this big, and I'm just saying, that's just my comment. But we stopped at Brahms and got burgers and ate them on the way home. And she wanted to take a nap here this afternoon before we're going to watch a Oklahoma University girls basketball team. Our men's basketball team got beat by Villanova over the weekend. They had won 6 in a row and got beat, but anyway, we got home from church. It's pretty nippy out here, pretty chilly. It was sunshiny. We got a little bit of moisture last night. There's no rain, there's no water at the bottom of my gauge, but the ground was wet, and it rained a little bit on its way to church. It might have rained just a little bit further north of here. It might have rained more, but we're proud to get any of it. We have rain forecasts for Wednesday and Thursday this week, so that's great. I'm tickled about that. Got to go hunting this week. I want to talk to you about the hunting here in just a little bit, but I want to talk to you just a second about Chris, because many of you said you hadn't told us about Chris lately. Is Chris okay? Is she fine? Chris is fine. She's doing great. Chris is getting better all the time. God is healing Chris. Tomorrow will be an anniversary date, and I was talking to her about it on the way home, and I said, honey, it'll be 20 months tomorrow, December 5. That was April 5, 2021. This is December 5, 2022. 20 months tomorrow since she's had that stroke. And I told her that I felt so blessed and so fortunate that I still have her with me. And I've got her, she lives here with me full time at the ranch. And she just recovered a long way, remarkably, from where the doctor said she would be. I mean, he's not even close to what he predicted would happen 20 months ago tomorrow, when she was in that hospital in Oklahoma City, and OU Medical Center. And when I talked to that doctor, he told me that she would most likely not ever leave that hospital alive. And if she did, she would have to be moved to a nursing home where she would be an invalid the rest of her life and be bedridden the rest of her life. And he even told me, I think, I got it in my mind that he did, that she would never be able to go back to the ranch. I don't even know how he knew we had a ranch, other than maybe they said that they flew the helicopter directly from the ranch, which they did. And so maybe that's how he knew that she come in from a ranch in southern Oklahoma. I don't know. But anyway, that's what he told me, and that's definitely not what happened. And all I could think as he was telling me that is I was wanting to punch him out for one thing, but God kept me from doing that. Thankfully, or I'd had a lawsuit. It's been a long time since I punched somebody out, way back when I was a kid. And I'm not about to start now, by the way. So even if you tell me something like he told me there, but it did make me a little upset, a little mad. Sure, you could see me getting angry about it. And all I could think of, what kept running through my mind, is I don't see God written on your name tag. I don't see God written on your name tag. God determines when Chris goes to glory. Not a doctor in Oklahoma City, not anybody else in the whole wide world determines that. God determines when Chris goes on to glory. And I had been praying for 746 straight miles that God not take her away from me. And God answered my prayers. And He's answered many of your prayers. Thousands of y'all, maybe tens of thousands of y'all have prayed for Chris, and many are continuing to pray for Chris, because you tell me that all the time. And she's remarkably better. She's still not well. She's got a long way to go. But it's been 20 months, and she's close to walking. To her right leg, she bends her knees and moves it about, not a full step, which would be about 2.5 feet, 2 foot, I guess. Maybe she moves it a foot instead of 2 foot. And but that's close, and we're working with her. Stephen McCartney comes and does physical therapy with her 2 days a week, and then I work with her on other times when I can get her to do it. She doesn't like to walk. I mean, she wants to walk, but it's just so tiring on her and so difficult and so scary also. She doesn't want to do that. But she, many times, many days, everything she says, I understand. Some days nothing she says, I understand. But I take her to the doctor a couple times this week, once over to the Chickasaw Hospital in Ada, Oklahoma. Take her over there one day, and to see Dr. Langley, a lady doctor that's tremendously talented, brilliant lady doctor, and just as sweet as she can be. She's just a doll. She really is, and she treats Chris so well. She takes care of her so well. And then I've got to take her to Tulsa one day and get the Botox shot. Now, she's not getting Botox. You know, they do Botox to take away wrinkles and stuff. It's not that. She gets Botox in her hand, and her right arm that doesn't work, and in her right leg that is working better all the time. And so she does a Botox that week. So I'll be taking her, you know, there a couple of days this week. But she's doing well. I'll be totally honest with you. If you'd have told me back 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, that she would not be completely well by now, I wouldn't have ever believed it. It's taken a lot longer, and I've told God that. When I talk to God every day about Chris, and I told him, God, I'm so amazed that you haven't totally healed her yet, because I know you can. And I pray to him and ask him, God, heal her sooner rather than later. And I still believe 100% that God's going to heal Chris. She's going to walk. She's going to talk, and that sweet, sweet voice will come back. She still don't have that sweet voice back. Sometimes it comes back and it's there, and I go, oh my gosh. But then again, sometimes it's not there. Just like a lot of the other things that's involved. She's just got still a long way to go. So those of you who've been praying for her and still praying for her, keep on praying for her, because God's listening. God answers those prayers. He sure does. I'm hoping to get her out here. Many of y'all said, how come we don't see Chris on the deer videos? And some of you I know only watch the deer videos. And of course, if you only watch the deer videos, you're not watching this one. So I don't need to talk to y'all anyway. But if the weather's supposed to be really nice tomorrow, it's supposed to be like 70 or 75 degrees. If I can get back in time, I'll try to take her out there and let her get with little Whitey and Wild Child and let her feed them a bunch of carrots and grapes and stuff. I got a bunch more carrots I bought today at the store, and some grapes too. Grapes were on, I think Sherry told me $1.58 a pound or something. I said, is that a good deal? And she said, it's real cheap. And I said, well, get us grapes too then, if that's a good deal. So we got grapes and carrots and a bag of apples. So we got a lot for the deer. So hopefully we'll let Chris get out there and get into feeding of those deer with me. Those of you that got to see the rut videos this week actually saw Prince Charming right involved in the rut, 100% involved with Split Ear. And Split Ear was just playing hard to get all along. When Split Ear got ready, she was very, very welcome to have Prince Charming show up. And so there's 2 other females in there with him. So we're hoping that Prince Charming breeds all 3 of them. We may get brown babies, we may get white babies. Several people have told me we will not get piebald babies from breeding those 2 together. That both the male and female have to have the albino genes, which when those babies have babies, they will have. And of course, we have got 2 white little baby bucks, little albino bucks that are not related to Prince Charming at all, Casper and Ice, and so hopefully we'll get some albino genes in several regular Oklahoma whitetail deer, and we'll be having some pieballs somewhere in the future. But I understand it's a possibility, probably really rare, we might get a white baby out of Split Ear and Prince Charming, and that should happen somewhere around the last of April, probably more likely in May and maybe June. We have most of our babies born in May and in June. So Chris is doing great, and again, I keep praying and talking to God about her every day, and I think she'll be 100% healed. I don't know when. That's on God's timetable. Our channels, our YouTube channels, we have 3 now. If you're not on all 3 channels, please get on all 3 channels. The Jimmy Houston Outdoors channel that we originally started a couple years ago, back February of 19 or 20, I guess it was 19, February 19. We started doing videos for our Jimmy Houston Outdoors channel. We've got 120 some odd thousand people on that channel. We have changed the name of that channel to Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch, and it's the biggest channel we've got. Catch a Better Life channel is our devotional channel. It's got a fishing tip, a scripture, and a devotional for every day. Over 20,000 people on that channel. We post a video every day at 5 o'clock, every single day at 5 o'clock. We do over 1,000 videos a year for social media, over 1,000 videos a year for social media. Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, the new channel we started just 2 or 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, whatever, that is fishing. That is all fishing. So If you are wanting to watch fishing stuff, fishing tips, go in there and subscribe to Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. And we are going to be doing lots and lots of tips on there. And we've only got 30 some odd hundred people on here, 3,200, 3,100, something like that, 33. So I know a lot of you are not on that channel, so go over there and get on that Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing channel. We did a deal in there the other day on a Jimmy Houston knot, how to tie a Jimmy Houston knot. Had over 4,000 views on it, on a channel that only had about 3,000 people on it, so it's becoming a popular channel. We just don't have nearly as amount of subscribers that we really need on there. So those are the 3 YouTube channels. YouTube, by the way, if you're over on Facebook and not familiar with YouTube, it's absolutely free. You've got the app comes on every phone. You can go in there and subscribe to whatever you want to subscribe to. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. I did get to go hunting this week. Yeah, that's right. I got to go hunting. It is the very first time I've actually got to go hunting since Chris got sick. So it's been 20 months since I got to go hunting. Now, I have gone out and sat in a deer stand some and watched the deer. I've gone out with my grandkids and sat in a deer stand with them and watched the deer. I hunt visually with my eyes 365 days a year, I guess you might say, no matter where I am. But when I'm fishing, I'm still hunting. But first time I actually got to go hunting, went pheasant hunting with some friends of mine. My buddy Josh Jones, who is the absolute best I've ever seen with a live scope. There may be somebody better than he is, I don't know, but if they are, I have not fished with him. My buddy Josh Jones, and he brought a firefighter from Broken Arrow, Nick Medford up with him. Nick's brother came up and hunted with us, as well as another Broken Arrow Tulsa firefighter. And those guys, I just thank them for their service of being firefighters. It's just, you know, I know that everybody thinks they have a part-time job, and they do only work 3 days a week. There's no doubt about that. But the job that they do, they're on 24 hours, off 48, on 24 days a week means nothing. Whether that 24 falls on a Sunday or a Wednesday or a Tuesday, it don't matter. But they just are such a, you know, a benefit to society to have firefighters, and these guys are just great guys. They love to hunt. We had a great time. I walked 18,000 steps one day, according to my Garmin watch. And by the way, I broke my band on my Garmin watch today. Those little rings here that you slip that into, I don't know, I might cut that deal, and that way I won't have to worry about it. But I might cut part of that off. Or I might call Amanda Masters and see if she'll send me a new watch band for my Garmin. I've had this for 4 or 5 years. Sherry bought it for me about 4 or 5 years ago, and only done 2,100 steps a day. But I did 18,000 steps one day, and then just under 19,000 the next day. So we did a lot of walking. A mile's around 4,000 steps is about what a mile is. So we did a lot of walking. You realize all that walking is in full hunting gear and boots and carrying a shotgun, and we had a great time. We had a really good time. The pheasant hunting is really tough here in Oklahoma. Opening day was Thursday, December 1. We hunted Thursday and Friday. We ended up killing only 10 pheasants, and we killed 24 quail. Quite a few quail this year. Quite a few quail. And we hunted the first day without a dog at all. With second day, one of the firefighters brought his dog, and Rev, and Rev was a good one. That guy was, that Rev, he helped us a lot, particularly on the quail, And but he did retrieve one of the pheasants that I shot, as a matter of fact. So that was good. I lost one pheasant, that's all I lost. So, but anyway, we had a really great time, and it's the first time that I've ever bird hunted in my life without a dog. I've never done it. And Friday we had the one dog, but Beamer, had Beamer made it, Beamer would have got to go with me on that trip. She probably would not have been able to walk all 19,000 steps with me, but she would have got to go on the trip. I was planning on taking her, but she just didn't quite make it. Thank you so much to all of you that sent condolences about Beamer, and a lot of you said you were praying for me, and I appreciate your prayers, but you really don't need to pray for me because I lost an animal or I lose someone in my family. I believe those animals go to glory just like my family members will go to glory. And yes, you know, we're sad, and I was extremely sad to lose Beamer. And I keep looking for her around the house. I'm trying to get her beds all put away. I had 2 or 3 places where she could lay down on a bed and put her, you know, her food bowl and get all that out of the way. But I've still got a lot of it sitting around, and just, you know, got good memories of Beamer. One of my buddies for a long time, Steve Johnson down in Tennessee, that He's the guy that developed moth wing camo. You remember moth wing camo? That's a camo that was designed from a moth wing. It had moths actually in the camo, but a moth is about the most indefensible thing in the world. It's nothing. It can fight nothing off. The only thing it can fight, the way it can fight it off is with camo, and it's camouflaged up. So when it lands on something, it just blends in so well you can't hardly see it. He developed moth wing camo, and he's a great good friend. Been a friend for a long, long time. He also developed a turtle a lure that's like a little small turtle, soft plastic lure like a plastic worm or a lizard or a frog or a croc, except this is a turtle. And it's an awfully good bait. It'll catch fish too. But Steve sent me a note and said he saw the video on YouTube, and he said he's just had a litter of black pups that are from champion mamas and daddies, and that he would give me one of those if I wanted it. And I think he'd find out if he's got a little black girl. I like females, and like to have a little black female. Chris is saying no. But it's never, anytime in our entire lifetime, even back since we was teenagers, when she would tell me no on something, I never thought anything about that. That didn't mean anything to me. So I'm definitely not going to worry about her saying no to me now. And so I don't know, but we probably will be getting another puppy and have him on here sometime pretty soon. That he said those puppies will be ready about the week before Christmas. So I might have me a Christmas present that I'll give to Chris, even though she said no. Most of the time when she told me no, she really meant yes. And she was glad she said yes, as a matter of fact. But anyway, and she'll love a puppy. She loved Beamer, she loved Daisy, she loved Tiger, she loved Bandit. I just start thinking about lab after lab after lab. But thank y'all so much for hurting with me a little bit as and losing Beamer, because that was a big loss. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Many of you got our newsletters this last week. It was the best newsletter. I think it gets better every single month. Kudos and a big shout out to my grandson Kyle, who does that newsletter. If you are not getting the Jimmy Houston Outdoors newsletter, for crying out loud, subscribe to that newsletter. It costs nothing. Doesn't even cost $1 a month or anything. It's nothing. And all we need to do is we need your email address. You go to jimmyhoustonoutdoors.com. There's a place in there where you can give us your email address, or just call us. Call us on our pecan phone number, our regular 918-457-5115. 918-457-5115, and just tell them, here's my email address. Please put me on the newsletter list, because the newsletter is stuff that you will never see. It's stuff you don't see on any of our other social media channels at all. And we'll see it on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, any of that stuff. With none of that stuff. So you'll see a lot of stuff on there that is not on anything. And you'll see some deals on there and have some opportunities to get some deals, maybe from O'Reilly, or maybe get something from Mercury Motors, or something at Bass Pro that you can't get anywhere else other than on that newsletter. We've got about 10,000 people on that newsletter right now is what it is. Absolutely free, doesn't cost you anything. All we need is your email address. We don't even need your name. Don't need your phone number, your home address, nothing. And we don't sell those emails either, by the way. They're just ours. So anyway, you want to get that newsletter. The next one will be January 1. And we had some great cyber deals on there for those people that got those newsletters. And speaking of cyber deals, we've got a lot of gifts on jimmyhoustonoutdoors.com. A lot of gifts on there. If you've got somebody that likes the outdoors, a lot of stuff's on there. Books on there, videotapes, rods, reels, all kinds of Lucky Strike lures. Lots of stuff on jimmyhoustonoutdoors.com. So you're looking for some place to buy a gift, that's a great place to do it. Speaking of gifts, I've got a video that will come out, I guess, in the next day or two. I just did it while I was up there pheasant hunting, as a matter of fact, staying in my buddy Gary Combrick's lodge up there that he let us stay in the 2 days we were hunting. I thank Gary for that. And but I did one right there in his main room there in his lodge on Artza, A-R-T-Z-A. Artza is a gift box that comes from Israel. That's right, all the way from Israel. And they send them out. It's a subscription deal. You can get it subscription, and they send them out, like, I don't know if they send them out every month or what. Jeremy, my grandson, got that and sent me one. This is the second one. And the first one was great. This second one was way, way better than the first one. That's what I told Sherry. I said, that second Artza box, that's good stuff in it. And there's like 7 or 8 or 9 items in there. I didn't count, maybe 10 exactly what's in that box, but they're all from small artisans in Israel. and they're from different areas and different towns. And I think this one this month is about Christmas, so it was from Jerusalem and I guess Bethlehem. And it's just really a good box. It had a couple Christmas ornaments in it, and it had a candle shaped like the Sea of Galilee, Lake Gennesaret. It's just, and even the mountains on it and stuff. And I can't light that candle. I just got to set it there because it's so nice. And one of the things I thought about, I don't do regifting. If somebody gives me a gift, I don't give it away. But you know, that box. You know, you could take that and look at that and think, this item right here is perfect for Aunt Bertha. This item here is great for my mom. My mom would love this. Just get the box and just give some of the gifts away. You can have 8 or 10 nice little presents right there that are so unique because, so unique. I hate it when people say that. That are unique. There's no such thing as mostly unique or really unique or so unique. But the gifts that are unique because they came from small businesses, small artisans in Israel, and you can't buy that stuff hardly anywhere here in the United States. Might not be able to buy some of it anywhere here in the United States that I know of. So, but anyway, watch that Arts of video. It's probably come out in the next day or two on the Ranch channel, Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch channel. The other deal we got going is the Turbo Power Plus video still going. I get notes from somebody every single day saying this Turbo Power Plus really, really works, and it does. It does. I drank some this morning, just like I do every day, and it really peps you up. If you're dragging around, not feeling real good, and you know, it's not an energy drink, but it's an energy blend of vitamins and minerals that will just change the way you feel. Builds your immune system. We still got that free deal going. You can get 7-day supplies, 7 little 1 ounce packets. That's all you take is 1 ounce a day. 7 little 1 ounce packets, take 1 each day. You pay the shipping, $4.99 or 95 cents or something, about $5 shipping, so they can ship those to you. And then if you notice how it helps your body and you want to get some more, you can buy more. If not, don't worry about it. And you spent $5 and you got 7 days of extra energy. So it's a pretty good deal. And those little energy packets sell for like $2.95 to $3.95 at the store. You can buy all kinds of energy drinks at stores, and that's about what most of them are, about $3 or $4 a piece. But that deal's like $30 or $40 for a month's supply of it when you buy it in the bigger bottles, which is what I buy. I get the bigger bottles of it. I've been taking it for 20 years. I mean, it's not something I've started recently. And but Turbo Power Plus, again, you can go to turbopowerplus.com and you'll be able to find that deal in there. We've got I think it's got a promo code to get that deal. Fish1, I think it is Fish1, I'm not sure. By the way, that Arts of Video deal, you can use a promo code CATCH25 and get 25% discount on it. So when you look at that, you'll be able to see that too. So I want to end this video here. I've been out here, it's kind of chilly, I'm getting a little bit cold. Probably talked way too long anyway, but I wanted to mention something because I see it. I got a really nice gift in from somebody, and it said Happy Holidays from whomever. Can I tell you, if you're a Christian, it hurts me as a Christian when somebody says Happy Holidays. If you're not a Christian, you can say Happy Holidays, that's fine. But if you're a Christian, please, Christmas is not a holiday. Christmas is a day that we celebrate the birth of Christ, the birth of the Savior of the world, the day that God Himself, the guy that created you and me, that hung the moon and stars, that created these mountains that you see behind me, that created everything, God Almighty, the day He picked to send His Son to earth from heaven to be the Savior of the world, the birth of Jesus Christ. It's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. January 1st is a holiday. January 1st is a holiday. Thanksgiving is a holiday. We got so many holidays in America, it's amazing. Got a holiday almost every day. But if you're a Christian, it's Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We're wishing you to have a great day on the day that Jesus Christ is born. It's an insult to God Himself to say Happy Holidays, I believe. Non-Christians don't mind insulting God. They don't mind shaking their fist in the face of God. I would never think of that. But it's Merry Christmas. It's not Happy Holidays. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great week this week. You make the week. The week doesn't make you. Even if some bad things happen, keep smiling. Keep positive. Keep remembering that you are a child of God. And God sent His Son, Jesus, so you could spend eternity in heaven. And He sent Him here so when you become a Christian, you can live a joyful life and you can live it abundantly. You can really live life, not just exist. That's what being a Christian is all about. Have you a great week out there. Have a Merry Christmas. And remember, I sure do love you.